Introduction. Murder on the Orient Express is a mystery novel written by Agatha Christie that follows Detective Hercule Poirot as he tries to solve a murder aboard the luxurious Orient Express train. The murder of a wealthy American businessman on the train sets off a chain of events as Poirot interviews each of the diverse passengers, who all have their own motivations and secrets. The case is full of cryptic clues and unexpected twists and turns, forcing Poirot to use his keen sense of observation and deduction to unravel the truth. The mystery takes the reader on a journey through the dark and complex world of murder and intrigue, as Poirot comes face to face with the shocking truth behind the crime. This classic novel will keep you on the edge of your seat until the very end, as Poirot's cunning and intelligence are put to the test in one of his most challenging cases yet. The murder. The murder takes place aboard the luxurious Orient Express train as it travels through Europe. The victim is a wealthy American businessman who is found dead in his cabin, with several signs of struggle. The crime sets off a chain of events and sets the stage for Detective Hercule Poirot's investigation into the murder. The discovery of the murder sets the tone for the mystery to unfold and sets Poirot on the path to uncover the truth behind the crime. The suspects. In the murder on the Orient Express are the passengers aboard the train. Each one of them has their own motivations and secrets, making them all potential suspects. Here are some of the most notable suspects. Mrs. Hubbard, a wealthy and talkative American woman who seems to be involved in the murder in some way. Mary Debenham, a governess with a mysterious past who is one of the key suspects in the murder. Hector McQueen, the secretary of the murdered American businessman who is believed to have had a close relationship with him. Princess Dragomirov, a wealthy and haughty Russian princess who seems to be hiding something. Cyrus Hardman, a shady American businessman who is suspected of having links to the murder. Countess Andrenii, a Hungarian countess who is a passenger on the train and is known to have a close relationship with the princess. Dr. Constantine, the train's physician who is called upon to examine the body of the murdered American businessman. Pierre Michel, the conductor of the Orient Express who may have seen or heard something important. McPherson, an American who claims to be a missionary and who is suspected of having a hidden motive for being on the train. Gerhard Hardman, a German businessman who is believed to have had a connection to the murder. Each of these suspects has their own motivations and secrets, making it difficult for Poirot to determine the identity of the murderer. Through careful observation and meticulous detective work, Poirot is able to piece together the clues and motives of each suspect to determine the true identity of the murderer. The case becomes increasingly complex and unpredictable as Poirot delves deeper into the mystery, and the outcome is ultimately surprising and unexpected. The clues. In Murder on the Orient Express, Hercule Poirot must use his sharp detective skills to uncover the murderer among the passengers of the train. Poirot must navigate a complex web of motives and secrets as he gathers and analyzes the clues that will lead him to the truth. Some of the most notable clues in the murder investigation include a broken watch that stopped at the time of the murder, the victim's strange last words, the position of the victim's body on the train, the presence of a train conductor who was nowhere to be found at the time of the murder, the discovery of a bloody handkerchief, the appearance of a stranger on the train, evidence of a struggle in the victim's compartment, the victim's history of business dealings and connections, the behavior of the suspects and their movements on the train, the presence of a weapon on the train. By carefully examining and analyzing each clue, Poirot is able to piece together a picture of what happened on the fateful night of the murder. As he moves closer to the truth, Poirot must also grapple with the ethics of his investigation and the weight of his responsibility to find justice for the victim and their loved ones. The twist. In A Murder on the Orient Express is a central part of the story's narrative, and it is revealed in the climax of the book. The twist is that the murderer is not one person, but rather a group of people who banded together to take revenge on the victim, Samuel Ratchet. Throughout the story, the reader is led to believe that the murderer is a single person, and that Hercule Poirot, the detective, is working to uncover the identity of this person. However, as the investigation progresses, it becomes clear that the murder is much more complicated than it first appeared. As Poirot delves deeper into the case, he uncovers the truth about Ratchet, who was a notorious criminal and kidnapping mastermind responsible for the kidnapping and murder of a young girl named Daisy Armstrong. The people who were affected by Ratchet's crimes, including the princess and her maid, banded together to take revenge and administer justice where the police had failed. The twist is revealed when Poirot reveals to the passengers on the train that he has solved the case and knows who the murderer is. The passengers are stunned to learn that the murderer is not one person, but rather a group of people working together. The twist is a clever and unexpected reveal that adds depth and complexity to the story and underscores the idea that justice is not always clear-cut and simple. The twist is also a powerful commentary on the human desire for justice and the lengths people will go to achieve it. It shows that, in some cases, justice can be served outside the confines of the law and that individuals may take matters into their own hands when they believe that the law has failed. In conclusion, the twist in Murder on the Orient Express is a carefully crafted and well-executed moment that adds depth and nuance to the story and serves as a powerful commentary on the human desire for justice and the lengths people will go to achieve it. Conclusion. In conclusion, Murder on the Orient Express is a classic mystery novel that continues to captivate audiences with its twists and turns. The story revolves around a murder that takes place on the luxurious Orient Express train, and the detective, Hercule Poirot, who is tasked with solving the crime. The twist, which is revealed in the climax of the story, is that the murderer is not one person, but rather a group of people who banded together to take revenge on the victim, Samuel Ratchet. The twist adds depth and complexity to the story and underscores the idea that justice is not always clear-cut and simple. The conclusion of the novel serves as a reminder of the power of the human desire for justice, and the lengths people will go to achieve it. The book remains a timeless classic that will continue to be enjoyed by generations to come.